A terrible drought had struck the savannah. The water holes had dried up, and the earth was cracked and parched. Animals grew thin and desperate, traveling far in search of the precious water. Only one waterhole remained, a small, muddy pond hidden in a deep ravine. It was guarded by a large, cunning, and terribly hungry snake named Slyther. He had claimed it as his own. Slyther allowed animals to drink, but only if they agreed to a terrible price. They had to promise to bring him their next-born young to eat. Fearful and desperate, many animals agreed, just to quench their thirst. An elegant, wise heron named Horus lived by the dwindling pond. He refused to make such a horrible promise and grew weaker, watching the snake's tyranny with great sadness. One day, a desperate mother zebra approached the pond. Her foal was weak from thirst. She was about to agree to Slyther's demand when Horus, the heron, intervened. "Wait," he cried. "Do not make a promise you will regret." Horus confronted the snake. "You are not strong. You are clever," said Horus. "You use their desperation against them. I challenge your rule over this water." Slyther hissed with amusement. "And what can a skinny bird do to me? Very well. If you can defeat me in a contest of wits, the water is free for all. If you lose, you will be my next meal." Slyther proposed a race to the great baobab tree and back. Confident in his speed, Horus agreed. But Slyther cheated, slithering through a narrow underground burrow that provided a shortcut, and won easily. Horus demanded a rematch, this time with a riddle. "What is it that has a heart that doesn't beat?" he asked. Slyther thought and thought, but could not guess. "An artichoke," proclaimed Horus. The snake was furious. The score was tied. For the final challenge, Slyther proposed a test of strength. "You must carry me across the pond to the other side," he said, knowing the heron could never lift his heavy body. Horus agreed, but on one condition. "You must make yourself light enough for me to carry. Coil yourself around this strong, dry branch, and I will carry the branch." The snake, seeing no trick, agreed. As Horus lifted the branch with the snake coiled tightly around it, he did not fly across the pond. Instead, he flew high into the sky, far above the savannah. Slyther looked down and grew frightened. "What are you doing?" "The pond is down there," he hissed. "I am taking you to a new home," replied Horus, "a place with much more water." Horus flew until he reached a wide, flowing river that the other animals had not known about. It was full of fish and fresh water, far from the dried-up pond. He landed on the riverbank and said to the snake, "You see, there is plenty for everyone. You do not need to guard and hoard. You can have all the food and water you want here without hurting anyone." Slyther uncoiled from the branch, stunned. He could stay here in this paradise and live in peace, or he could try to return to his old pond and his cruel ways. He chose to stay.